Hey guys, it's Justin at the Merchant Code, and I wanted to make this video specifically talking about what they call the 80-20 principle. So the 80-20 principle, Ratio's law, not majoring in minors, it's all kind of the same concept. And that concept is that 80% of what we do yields 20% of the results. And 20% of the effort we put into things gives us 80% of the results. That's true in nature, it's true for human action, it's true for business, it's true for personal life. So what does that do for business? And specifically, that's what we want to talk about, is the business aspect of it. Well, when you go to your job, when you're working on your business, the 80% of your effort is put into things that only yield you 20% of what you could get out of it. So let's just say any given day, 80% of the amount of energy that you have to put into something always goes into those things that only give you 20% of the result. Well, the things that could give you a whole lot more, you put less in, and you tend to do that. Well, it's in nature for that to happen. However, you can control some of it. And when you take time to think, what are the things that will give me the most benefit out of today? Why am I doing this? Why would I spend so much time doing this task when something else might make me more money? It might push us further ahead in the business. So I'll give you an example of specifically for retail. When I was working in frozen department at the time, but I was helping the produce area. The produce area had corn, and it was like 10 cents an ear. It was like really cheap. So we put those out there, and we had a manager come through and say, hey, we got to shuck the corn. We got to make everything look so presentable. We pulled the whole team over. We spent a lot of time shucking the corn to sell it for 10 cents an ear. Well, the people that come through, they didn't care what it looked like. They're like, hey, it's 10 cents an ear, so they're grabbing it. But we put all of our resource and our manpower into shucking the corn when it was going to sell anyway. We could have taken that time to clean in the area, to stock other items, or what have you. But we put it all in one area that didn't really benefit us a lot. And I use that for an example, but that's just one of many examples that you might see throughout the day, throughout your business, your job, your personal life, that you spend so much time focused on, worried about, spending your efforts trying to fix things or to build things that aren't actually going to benefit you, versus the things that we put off that will benefit us. And typically the things that we don't want to do, we're like, I really don't want to do that right now. Those are the things that usually benefit you the most. So the harder task, if you're in school, it's the homework. The thing you don't want to do is the thing that's going to put you ahead further. If you're in business, it's that task, it's that associate you don't want to talk to, it's the display you don't really want to dig through and have to set up or take down. That might make the difference. Maybe it's making a post. Maybe it's like, I really don't want to make this post today, but maybe that's the one that benefits somebody the most. Maybe that's the one that grows your business. So the things that you don't want to do tend to be the things that you should do to get you further ahead. And that's the 80-20 principle. So I hope that helps. We also say majoring in minors. You spend a lot of your time putting major effort into minor tasks, and vice versa. So hopefully that makes sense, what I'm saying, and hopefully that helps you in your business. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.